Footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September, which is part of a new highly anticipated docuseries by director Alex Stapleton and rapper and executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson.
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans. As well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in
the car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. That was, it show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, and what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, right, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester. Like, maybe you'll come play with me type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important to also let people know that the show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to just get the highlights, the salacious details, you know, that the real goal was to storytell. And not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this project. The 4-part series also features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering and sex trafficking charges, both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cassie. Juror 75 describing them as 2 people in love, and Juror 160 saying in part, domestic violence wasn't one of the charges. Cassie, is she a victim in all this? I
believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in she's like 18, like 19 years old in the very beginning. After a while, over time, you condition for it. The goal of what the film is trying to do is to let the audience kind of come in to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, you know, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. Because you'll see people saying that. I mean, he may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows the truth. I think he'll see the truth in it.
Wow, that was some finish right there. Thank you, Robin, for that. Sean Combs' The Writing will be streaming worldwide on Netflix tomorrow.
Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and I had a link in the description where you can watch that clip in the beginning in full and on ABC, as 50 Cent made an appearance this morning to announce his new documentary on Netflix about Diddy. In his final days before he was arrested by the feds, he was recording, documenting it all, and I had to cut a few of the clips out because it's actual footage from the documentary, and that's going to be copywritten by Netflix. But if you watch that in full, you can see the little previews of it as it is dropping tomorrow. Now, 50 Cent had been announcing this. It had been already in the works, but they came and made it official now. But Diddy has sent word out, and his team has put out word, even though he in the feds right now, of his stance and his relationship with people at Netflix, saying that he had a Netflix, or he was already in discussion with this, and how they are doing this right now is illegal. I don't know the law, but they are saying it's incorrect to be done like this and the legal issues will be handled, as Lauren LaRosa from Breakfast Club got exclusive word from them, and other people have been putting out word as well that they have been contacted and told this side of the story. Exclusive statement from Diddy's rep on 50 Cent's new documentary on Netflix. Here's what they allege. We have confirmed that Netflix used footage that was never authorized for release, including private moments, pre-indictment material from an unfinished project, and conversations involving legal strategy that were not intended for public viewing. The footage was created for an entirely different purpose under an arrangement that was never completed, and no rights were ever transferred to Netflix. A payment dispute between outside parties does not create permission for Netflix to use unlicensed private material. None of this footage came from Mr. Combs or his team, and its inclusion raises serious questions about how it was obtained and why Netflix chose to use it. In response to the new Diddy documentary on Netflix, Diddy's team is also alleging that Netflix is only heightening the core issue by giving creative control of this production to Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Diddy's team continues with their allegations. 50 Cent is a longtime public adversary who has mocked Mr. Combs for decades, posted fabricated accusations, and publicly celebrated his legal challenges. Even Mr. Jackson has admitted he was shocked Sean ever filmed some of these moments, which underscores that the footage is being exploited for entertainment rather than presented with fairness or context. Beyond the legal concerns, Mr. Combs views Netflix's decision as a personal breach of trust. He has long respected Ted Sarandos, admired the legacy of Clarence Abbott, and maintained a positive personal relationship with the company's leadership. For Netflix to hand his story to someone who has publicly attacked him for decades feels to Mr. Combs like an unnecessary and deeply personal affront. He expected fairness at minimum from people he considered colleagues. Keep in mind, I was also told that Diddy had been working on his own doc with Netflix prior to his release, but backed out once he couldn't have creative control. Diddy also alleges that Netflix's recent pattern of prioritizing sensational content over accuracy, as seen in their decision to rely on discredit fabricated journals in a separate documentary. The use of unauthorized footage here reflects reckless disregard, not journalism. Diddy's publicist says their legal team is formally notifying Netflix and says that they expect the company to address these issues immediately. And looking at this, how it played out, Diddy and his team already knew that this day would be coming when they would be promoting and doing a release of this documentary. It didn't just get sprung on them. So Diddy already gave them the words that he wanted them to put out there and say, hey, I have a relationship with the people over there at Netflix. I was already in works with them and in conversation with doing some type of doc with my footage, but they don't have licenses for this. They didn't get my permission, and I don't approve of what they are releasing right here, because this didn't just spring on them today. They knew it was coming. 50 had already been promoting it, but they had in their mind, once this dropped, Diddy, what you want us to get out there to them, and then we gonna put it in the legal way also. But Diddy is saying, hey, I already had something on the table for it. 50 Cent has been coming at me throughout this time. That's his legal side saying that of it. And the intentions here are not good at all. Y'all are just looking for a moment. And they even got clips in there that don't make Diddy look good. Just in the phrase of how he's saying it and delivering it when he was shaking everybody's hands on the streets. Oh, I need to take a bath now, man. I done been around 150 people and things. Yeah, you got to be sanitary. You want to be clean. But when you say that on camera, then they say also legal strategy that he's using. I have to say this. I don't agree with the documentary from somebody else in hip-hop and 50 Cent. And I also don't agree with what 50 Cent said right there. If he didn't speak up, that it would be painted on like that's what hip-hop do, and that would be a representation like hip-hop is okay with that. Not at all, bro. We can't say that. That's just why I'm staying with it. 50's incorrect in that matter, because in the other things in the world, they put the negative stereotype on us regardless. No matter what nobody do or say. It's always been that way. because it's been that way against black people as a whole. That's been the stigma, to just put us as these negative people. But we've seen throughout the years, when all these pastors get caught messing with these little boys, do we put that on these other culture or they race? Do we put it on all of them? Does that represent all of them? When Weinstein, Epstein, all these dudes in Hollywood, these execs, the one that got up on Terry Crews, what we hear about these casting couches, do we run that in there? Oh, the whole Hollywood is that way? Do they stop their business? Do they stop their culture and their business? Nah, it don't. So whatever Diddy got going on, that's not a representation of hip hop or black people at all. That's individuals. So I can't agree with 50 on that. I wouldn't do this. This is 50. He's the king petty. He gonna go down to the low of the low. You know what it is. He's made that very clear. But with this situation right here, I'm not one to ever say what Diddy was doing with Cassie is cool, beating on her, dragging her down the hallway. Come on, bro. I know y'all like to play like somebody is okay in something, and I'm not. Now, I'm not saying that that's cool. But we know that the way that them charges was laid out, the way that they did it, that's why they say it right there. One of the jurors was like, well, that ain't trafficking, bro. At the end of the day, yes, Diddy caught her when she was young. He most definitely manipulated her, played on her. You know what I'm saying? No doubt about that. But it got to that point, she could feel like, hey, he holding me hostage. None of that stuff is cool. I'm not saying that at all. But we can't act like this is what it ain't when people do have decisions and he's paying these people to have sex with her. That's by choice, not by force. She's also doing it as well, getting high as well too, getting on that blow, getting on that dope, and they all get freaking and geeking and sneaking on each other. Now, 50, most definitely a marketing genius because he finna capitalize off of all this. We'll see how it play out. He say that, man, I think he said something about his kids a moment or something like that in the game. You could say it ain't personal. It's clearly personal right now, bro, at this point in time for somebody. We don't do stuff like this, dog. Like, we gonna go take it down to that level. It got to be personal. Me, I'm the type of person, and everybody move different. We know 50 Cent, he fixates on his stuff. If I have an issue with somebody, bro, I don't even want to be caught up giving you too much attention at all. I'm not even gonna focus my time like that. I don't care how much money I can make off of it, what I can do with it. To me, that's just who I am, but everybody move different. If I got an issue with somebody, I'm not focusing that much energy into going at you where I'm finna go be doing documentaries on you. You got this going on, that going on, that going on. I'm focused on you every post, even if it is marketing. But tell me what y'all think, man. I got to disagree with 50 Cent on some of the things that he was saying on that video. But when it comes to the beefing, being petty, going for the gusto, going for the home run, trying to make boys defeat, that's what he gonna do. But those talking things that he said on there, I can't agree with those. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.